And it is one of the harder ones. And it's the question, answer, response. And we use it in language arts and all sorts of things, but we also use it with CSR, which is something that different departments and things are starting to work on. So what I want to do is CSR means collaborative strategic reading.
Okay.
And it's a collaborative group work.
Okay.
And this is part of helping us know, did they get main idea and the things that they were doing. So there are 4 types of QAR questions, and on the back of your handout is a copy of the posters, which has them all in one place. And then, just so that we navigate here, this right here on the back is something that I found when I was doing a little research on QAR that I found really helpful because it gave me a little better explanation about each one, and that's where some of my explanations come from. And it also gave prompts, question prompts, to help formulate those questions. So if you're having difficulty with, getting kids to formulate them, or even you yourself. So the first type of question is the right there question. This type of question recalls basic information from the text that they've read. The answer can be found in one place. The students can literally find them in there, and they can literally point to a word that is the answer to that question. And so that is the right there questions. The think and search questions are also, the answer can be found in the text, but it requires that you have to piece together information, usually from several sentences, possibly even several paragraphs, to be able to come up with that answer. And we'll show you some examples of that. The other 2 types of questions, answers cannot be found in the text. The author and me question, the answer is not found in the text. The students must think about what they have learned from the text and what they know to come up with that answer. And so these are higher level thinking questions because they actually have to use what they know already and what they've learned to come up with the answer.
Do author and me questions have right and wrong answers? Or can they have answers based upon opinion?
They can. Most of the time, the author and me questions, like the ones I'm going to show you, does have a definite answer.
Okay.
These are the ones that are more, the students thinking that may not have the right and wrong answer. The on my own question, again, answers not found in the text. They have to rely on their own interpretation or experience, what they've read, what they know, and experience to be able to answer the question.
I'm just making sure I haven't been doing this wrong for 4 years now. Author and me, like if it's like an essay question, if you will, they have to take the text and then apply what they've learned, but they can still quote stuff from the text.
Yes, they could. Yeah, if it was an essay, they could. Okay, just to give you an idea what we're talking about, I'm going to use one of the things that I use in CSR to help explain that. So I would start with, and we're not going to read this, but I would start with a piece of text, okay? This is my fruit bat story. And this basically talks about fruit bats, and it gives the information about what they are, what their, their size, their sense of smell, what they eat, where they're found. Okay? So once we were done with that, we would look at questions. So the right there question, if my right there question would be, what is another name for a fruit bat? All right, I'll show you. You can, right here in this sentence, for example, did you know that another name for a fruit bat is a megabat? So that's a right there question because they can actually point to it. It's right there in the text. Okay?
So really, the goal of categorizing the questions is not that the kids are necessarily coming up with these questions. It's just giving them a frame of reference when they answer it. What kind of a question might be.
Yes, it gives them a frame of reference, but if you're using it like in the CSR context, they actually are writing their own questions. They get to where they do that, which is a tremendous benefit because if they can write that question and give you the answer, you know they got what's in there. So it's a tremendous benefit.
Another nice piece for this is that if you're looking at right there questions, it's going to be level 1 always.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you can think about level questions just using this as a window.
So right there is level 1. What's a think and search? Level 1?
It's in your head. So guys, think and search is level 2, Mike? Yeah. Which they're still based in the text, but they expand.
And then author and me and on my own are level 3?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I have two think and search questions. Couldn't decide which one I wanted. So you could ask like, where in the world would you find fruit bats? And you know, what can their different sizes be? So you can go back to the text. The first question, the answer's down here, but they have to figure out, you know, they're found anywhere in the world. That would be in tropical areas, places like Hawaii, Mexico, and the tropics. So I had to look in several places to find the answer. It's not just right there for me to find it. The other one, when we talked about the sizes, you know, here was some of the smallest, 6 centimeters long. The larger ones are, you know, 5 feet, weighing 2 pounds. So to answer that question fully, I had to be able to.
In order to answer the question fully, they'd have to get all the information out of it.
Right.
Okay.
They have to be able to gather it from the different places to be
Okay.
able to do
Okay.
that. Okay? Then the other two aren't in the text, but based on what it's about, you can help them get there. So this one is one I told you would have like a definite answer.
Okay.
So what was the author's purpose in writing this article? They have to be able to infer based on what it was about. Was it to inform? Was it to entertain? Was it to persuade? That sort of thing. So that one would have a definite answer. Then, of course, the on my own question is, that's where they go beyond. You know, they use their own experience, their own knowledge. If they had to do a little research to answer this, they could do that. But, like, in what ways would fruit bats be beneficial to humans? That information's not in the text. You know, it doesn't actually come out and say they're beneficial because of this, but they can use what they have learned and also what they know about what humans need in their society to be able to help with that. Yes, ma'am.
So have all students this year done this? Like if a student comes into our class, can we assume they know